Hello everyone and welcome back to Waverly Reads. As you can see, I'm not in my house. I'm currently house sitting, so I had very little resources to do a video. I was planning to do a challenge video today, but it's gonna have to wait, and instead I am going to be doing my They Both Die at the End by Silvera review. This review is spoiler free, though I have a lot of spoilery things I would like to talk about. I decided to keep this spoiler free because they're the type of reviews I am used to. I don't think I'm ready to fully take in what this book did to me. So I have my notes and I'm gonna review this book for you guys. First things first, everyone is here to know whether or not I would actually recommend this book, and the answer is yes. Yes, I would recommend this book. I am not a contemporary person. I'm more of fantasy, sci-fi, dystopia, sometimes historical fiction. I am very much an otherworldly person, especially when it comes to my reading, and obviously They Both Die at the End isn't an otherworldly thing. Oh, actually it kind of is. Let me go through the plot with you, but yes, I would definitely recommend this book. So the plot of They Both Die at the End is set in this world where if you are going to die, you will get a phone call that morning between midnight and 3 AM from the death cast to tell you that you are going to die within the next 24 hours, within that time period. If they call you at 3 AM, then you only have 21 hours to live. It's sad as that. The book follows two teenagers, Matteo and Rufus, who both got the death cast call on the same day. Matteo, who is 18, got his death cast call at 12:22 AM, and Rufus got his phone call at 1:05 AM. And in this world, it is basically set where you are giving your last day, your last chance to live life, the day that you're going to die. You do not know how you're going to die, and you do not know the exact time you are going to die because they cannot tell you that. This is set up in multiple point of views, mainly Matteo and Rufus and their journey. There are a few other point of views that are just kind of in there for one or two chapters perhaps. I will talk about those later. So this book follows Matteo and Rufus, who download this app called The Last Friend, which is this app where you can meet up with other deckers, which is what they call people that are going to die, or someone who would like to help a decker on their last day. And you use this app to find someone who is going through the same thing as you, or someone who would like to help someone like you, and you spend your last day with them. Matteo and Rufus meet up on this app and they decide to spend their last day together, and they do all of their dying wishes. Let's get into my thoughts and feelings. So first things first, I feel like this is a very well thought out plot. This could have gone so wrong in so many different levels. If Adam hadn't have thought this book through as much as he did, this could have gone in a completely different direction and it could have flopped a lot. It didn't. He really thought through his plotline and he had everything planned before he started writing it, and you can definitely tell with this. You also get an instant connection with the characters, mainly Matteo and Rufus, because obviously they're your main characters. They're the two that are going to die, and you know that they're gonna die. It's just, ugh. You mainly connect with those two because they are the two that you're in the head of a lot more often. I am attached to a few of the side characters as well, not as much as Rufus and Matteo though. Rufus and Matteo are also very relatable on some aspects. Personally, they're not identical to me. I can't relate to every aspect of their character, but there are definitely relatable aspects in their characters, in all of these characters actually, and I feel like that is a very important step when you're wanting someone to like or dislike a character. And it's also really easy to differentiate between the point of views in this book. I know a lot of people who write multiple point of views have trouble differentiating their voices, but Matteo and Rufus are they have such different voices, such a different thought process that you really tell. You don't have to keep flicking back to look on whose chapter you're on. It's a bit more difficult with the other point of view chapters where it's not Matteo and Rufus, but like I said, they're only a few pages long and they're not that often. One thing you should know is that this book is very emotional throughout. I was teary-eyed within the first 100 pages. It does have a bit of a slow start, but the moment that these two boys meet, you are on an emotional train and it goes downhill from there because you know they're gonna die and it sucks. If you're not into the whole big emotional books, then this probably isn't the book for you. But like I said, it is a very good book and it's really thought out. And obviously you know by the title that they're both gonna die in the end, so getting attached to these characters you really don't want to happen, but it does, and you can't avoid that. One thing I really did not enjoy about this book is the side point of views, as in the characters that aren't Matteo and Rufus making a show in this book. Saw why they were there. They were there to give a small world effect. The fact that all of the characters are linked with each other through the other characters. Like, this guy knows this guy knows this guy who knows this guy. And they're all kind of linked through that, and I saw why that was kind of like put in there, because it's really cool to think about, and also like small world, huh? To me, they kind of seemed a little bit pointless. I didn't really enjoy their point of views. I was just like, these are just a few pages that I could have lived without. I feel like Adam missed out on making a huge plot twist in this by putting in these other point of views, as in, we are in the point of view of a character who is, I guess, the villain of the book. If that wasn't put in there, I feel like what that character does could be a huge plot twist, and you could be like, whoa, what? The reader would have been so much more shocked, and he could have added in a huge shock factor. Would have like blew my mind. Me personally, I mean, it might not for other readers, me personally, I would have liked these other characters to not have a point of view. And the ending was such a strong ending. Like, you want every single thing to be wrapped up, especially in a standalone contemporary like this is. I mean, it's otherworldly, but it's also contemporary, so I guess it's an otherworldly contemporary. But especially in a standalone book, you want every single tie to be done. You want them all free of all these tangles and knots, and you want the reader to have a very clear head on what this book was about, especially when it's otherworldly, because you need that otherworldly building, and you need the character to 100% understand the world that these characters are in. Adam Silvera pulled through, and he did that very, very well. Obviously, you can tell the ending by the title. They do both die in the end. That's kind of the point in the world. However, there was this one point of view that I was just kind of like, why put this in if you're not going to wrap that one up? There's a character who got the death cast call the day after she broke up with her boyfriend who works with the death cast, and she kind of said, oh, this is a prank, and you never actually find out whether or not she dies. I guess he kind of did that on purpose, maybe? I have no idea, but I feel like that could have been tied up, but that's the only loose end I could find. Everything else got wrapped up so well, and there are so many mirror images in this book. There's so much symbolism in this book. It blew my mind. So I would 10 out of 10 recommend this book. It has made my favourite shelf. There is a bit of LGBTQ+ in there, so if you're not into that and you're not a supporter, first, get off my channel because I don't want you here, because hello, I'm a lesbian, and second, don't read this book. But other than that, yes, read this book. I would 10 out of 10 recommend. I've said that like 1,000,001 times, but 10 out of 10 recommend this book. It is amazing. So I'm not big on the whole review thing. I don't know if this was any good, useful for you guys, but I hope so. I'm planning to do one review every month, so let's hope I can get better at it by the end of the year. But if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. I post a vlog every Monday and a video every Thursday, and I will see you next week with another video. My name is Waverly, and now I'm off to read. Bye!